Hello everybody and welcome to part 20 of my God King Boudicca series. Before we begin, a quick correction. It occurred to me we now have a city that has grasslands that we're not going to really need. So let's have this worker finish the road and we'll bring the prophet out to here. You can see here, Lisbon is going to be in resistance for 3 turns when the prophet's here. So when the prophet moves here, it'll say resistance in 2. When it moves here, it'll say resistance in 1. And then when it actually plants the holy site, this city will actually be yielding, and hopefully the governor will see fit to work that tile because it's so specialized. So without further ado, let's just zoom out here. We could see some action here. Could see some action here. In fact, that looks better. Especially want to watch those boats because if you'll recall, we interrupted the raising of Porto just to potentially use it as a bombard station. And look at that. It looks like it pays off. Oh, and then look at that caravan over by the pikemen. I had actually meant to move in such a way that we ended up on that tile. We would have had that caravan, but now we can proactively address that. So let's see, this guy is now a double tapper. That's great. Bombard has 2 options, so we'll come back to that. City connection depends on it. Douglas demands copper. We will have copper, however briefly, but you only need to acquire it to get the We Love the King Day, and we'll be getting our own copy down here anyway, so hopefully after this city burns down we'll have somebody else asking us for copper, because then we just get it. And okay, that tile's fairly useless. Dublin demands whales. The only place where whales are available is Geneva. They're way over here, so I don't know. Maybe the day comes where we have so much money we don't know what to do with, but that's never a thing when you're playing Liberty. Money's been going good, but, you know, in the near future we're going to have a lot of military upgrades available to us and stuff. Anyways, losing grasp on Kabul, that's culture. Enemy denunciation has expired. And boats are near, which we know about. Alright, make a proposal. Now, usually it's, you know, you go for the World's Fair and you get some freebies and stuff like that. And that would be nice. However, with our given win condition, tourism, culture victory, I think we should go with arts funding. Looks like the Inca would like us for it, which is great. They still like us despite all we've been through. Ethiopia was kind of second, but I think they've buddied up with Portugal after all this started. But even still, once we declared war in Portugal, we kind of said to hell with our diplomatic relations, so we would choose this anyways. It's just a nice side effect that some people might like it. Okay, let me get to the workers too. I always like to, it's easy for me to overlook them, so I don't want to do that. This looks fine for now. We could, since the city is a newer city, give up the 2 gold here and work those hammers instead of the gold, just to play catch up. We are working on a market. Let's see something here. 2 and 7, 2 and 6. Okay, so that gets the market up quicker, which is gold, and then by then we'll be working this tile anyway, so we'll multiply that gold. Alright, well, we could do that. We can do that. One of my problems as a Liberty player is I favor the hammers a bit too much. I don't, you know, spend enough time on the gold as well. Alrighty, wine is finished here, so that will facilitate some trades here. See, this guy wants iron. He was giving us full value before. He still is, but he just wants the 1. So that's unfortunate. And we'll come to this guy since he's likely to give us the best deal on the wine we just picked up. 5 gold per turn. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, now we can deal with the bombard. Alright, so the first thing I'm noticing is the now is more valuable than the trireme, and the now is along the coast, which actually Zona controls us, which in the case of the Inquisitor actually matters. So let's face that, and he's a double tapper. See, he can shoot and then actually move out of the way. We wanted him to come over here to start working on the city. Here he addresses that and is now in position to double tap the city, which is fantastic. Oh, you know what? We have a great general over here. Let's move him over here so that when these guys take their... Oh, yeah, piece of cake. Piece of cake. Alright, so now the Inquisitor can come over and get this noise out of our house. Not our house, but, you know, Lisbon. Alright, so that simplifies the equation, however slightly. This guy is heading over towards Lyria. He's going to be the guy that captures it. Next turn I'll actually be able to move into bombard range, which is great, because then as these guys move in from behind, we'll actually, you know, be able to actually put them in bombard range safely, relatively speaking. This guy here steps up here, plunders trade route. Looks like that step did not take a full movement point, so we could probably afford coming here to take a peek. See a worker there, so let's just back up and stay right there. Maybe we can capture that next turn. Alright, so as for these workers, let's dial down here a little bit. He's coming up to do the holy site, that's for sure. And we have a settler coming, right? Yep. So let's see, there's where he ends this turn. 2 for 1 turn for now, and assuming the road is finished, he lands where we want to settle. So 1 turn from now, 2 turns from now, which means on the 2nd turn from now we need to finish the road, which means on the 1st turn from now. So we can actually take this opportunity. Oh yeah, I meant to say let's go ahead and burn down Porto, right? Because we only wanted it for the bombard station, which we got. So let's work on the deer tile while we can, and then this guy can come over here and start ripping that up, right? He'll land here when the settler lands here. When the settler lands into position, chop turn 1, settle the city, chop turn 2, production goes into the city. So that's a nice piece of timing. City's going to be here. We can build roads here and here to connect into the existing roads, and then at our leisure put a road here and rip these 2 up so that it's a shorter connection. So let's have these guys come over here, and well, let's get on the road anyway. Was here an option? I should have just gone there, right? That's actually quicker. Oh well. Alrighty, over here we have a double tap coming in there, and then we can use this guy to soften him up, or just kill him outright. Okay, that works. So he, we don't want him healing up. In fact, I don't think he's damaged enough to guarantee he's going to be the lightning rod. Let's slam into the city. We have a worker here, and we can repair in 1 turn. So this way, and he can zoom across the road if we need to and make him be the lightning rod. So this is fine. As for the worker, I'm not going to repair this marble. That would just help her out. So we're going to pass his turn. He gets started on the farm. This guy took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. I knew we wanted to come down to Quebec City for the road, and for whatever reason I visualized it as this downward turn, not this one. So he needs to head back, and he's going to continue to push in. Not to save them money, but just to get as far into their territory as possible, because as I mentioned before, their units could occupy those hexes. We did slaughter some of their units because we were at war with Quebec City earlier, so this is going to be easier than normal. But nevertheless, we're going to have 2 workers working together. We're going to want that space wherever we can get it. This guy was heading over to Copenhagen. I have thought differently about warring them. The first war we did against Denmark was because they were a science rival, if not leader at the time, I forget, and their military was quite robust with the advent of getting quite scarier at the time. So that war made a whole lot of sense. When we decided to go to war against Maria, she was a bit of a science rival and beginning to be a religious threat. So that was the reason for going to war with her. Here, yeah, he's got Notre Dame, but look at the population on this city. You know, even at half, let's say by the time we take it, it's up to 16 even, you know. Half of that, 7, 8, like, I mean, that's most of the happiness right there, along with the city itself. And then, you know, we'd have to wipe them out to do it, which would be fine, but if you look at it, that high pop city is actually one of our most fruitful trade options. So, and if you look at the other options we have, they're all a bit paltry in comparison. You know, 7s, 6s, and then down into 5s. So, for this reason, since we do have a, well, let's see, is this guy finishing a road? No, he's just starting. Alright, so we'll bring him over, and we can bring, like, this guy out. Because we have darkness all throughout here, which, you know, all of our military is in the extreme. So, you know, we have this guy dancing around down here, but nothing in like this pocket here. We kind of had a little bit of coverage here for a second. So I'm thinking these pikemen can, you know, offer some visibility since we do have 2 musket men, which are much stronger defenders, especially against these guys. And now we have 2 range, so we should be able to hold the city a bit. So I kind of want to get this guy heading out. Let's see, along the road. We could come here. We're going to be finishing a road there. Maybe it's quicker to go this way. Kind of want eyes like over here. 4, 4. All right. 3 land in the... Okay. So yeah, let's have him start bugging out. Get some visibility in here. And we do have a couple ranged here that can back him up. And then we also have a couple melee here that are healing. So we can get like some kind of a distribution going. Where the pikemen are like home visibility defense. Okay, this guy's coming to start the farm. He's healing. Great general. Influencing everybody, but let's move him here. He's still influencing everybody, but now he's on the road. Just makes him a little more flexible. Double check the workers. Trades. Alright, we're good. So we'll back up the camera again and see if anything comes to pass with that pikeman in the east or anything. I'm glad you like it. Religion founded. Turn 162. Alrighty. May purchase with faith. Penzance already has a mosque, but not a pagoda. 7 turns until growth to 3 pop. So we're not going to get the full value now, and we'll have multiple chances to buy again. I don't mind clipping the happiness, but there's just no need to right now. So let's take a look. I know we have pagodas in Cardiff, Berlin, and the new cities. The new cities just to help justify their rapid growth and, you know, get some new borders and all that good stuff. And that's what we want to look at, grabbing borders. And Truro still has a good amount of darkness over here that it could grab at. So, yeah, we have a 25% chance of grabbing this tile, which would solve all of our blindness issues down here. 50% chance of grabbing a hill. So let's get that. Let's keep that rolling as much as possible. There we go. +2 happiness. Killed a German spy. We basically, he's been sitting in the corner from very early on, so yeah, there's no reason to be mean to him. We get the Rationalism opener finally. Woohoo! So we'll be looking more at the... let's get started on that since he just finished up the wine last turn. Avarice with grows. And we had just finished that tile here. So what if we just take this down here, still growth in 2, and we'll take this tile over, and that way the city continues to grow as well. So that works for now anyways. And then since this city's about to grow, we'll take that tile back there. We've been playing ping pong to get 1 more hammer per citizen that grows in that area. Bit of a min-max there, not very important. Berlin grows, and Berlin's a bit of an enigma here. We have good growth options, we have good production options. We're going to be the critical guild city, we have university slots. A lot going on here. So for now, let's try this 9 and 4, 6 and 5. That's way closer. There we go. And then when we go to the next pot, then we can... we'll figure it out. We gotta keep an eye on that city is what I'm getting at. Cardiff, so a very similar story. We were late to getting to the freshwater hills. That's why we went ahead and did this, just to kind of grow and make up for that. So let's see, 10 and 8, 9 and 8. Okay, that's better. So we'll just do that. Horses. Yeah, this is another city we'll have to keep an eye on. This has a target pop of 12. That's including the zoo before ideology. And this has a target pop of 10, which, yes, we already are at. But this is very fertile lands and a guild city, so I don't mind growing it a little bit more. You can already see we're working pretty much every tile we would want to, other than the specialist slots, which there's going to be 4 of them we would want to work. So that city's population will be great. Hey, look at that. Speaking of caravans and profitable trade routes, this one... Oh, wait, no, it was this one that ended. And we have one ending in 2. So rather than moving this one to Penzance and then this one to Copenhagen, let's just take the one that's in Copenhagen and put it back out there. And then in 2 turns, the one that ends, we'll put that one in Penzance. Alright, workers are all caught up. Very good. Alright, so he's just bugging out. Take a step here, take a peek. Looking good. He's coming over to fill in the gap. I think I like this guy here a little bit better. He gets better coverage in the bay. Further away from all this, but that doesn't matter because we have people coming over. He ends just in time for this road to be finished. Okay, so we don't know exactly where this guy wants to go. Maybe he ends up here, gets visibility here. We'll do some radaring and make sure it's safe. He's only a range, so we don't want to put him on the front lines per se. These guys are still healing. 1 turn there, 2 turns here, so that'll be good. He's coming along. Still inserting ourselves. There we go. We're at maximum extension. So he's ready to rock. He's still waiting. And he's going to come over to chop this down. Oh my gosh, look at this. This guy's still working on the camp. There's a neat little trick. You know, I would love to let him finish the project for science just to make sure that was even possible. Unfortunately, we have to get started on the road this turn so we can finish it next turn so he can land in place. Let's see here. This guy's coming over here. Hey, that actually gets out of the way of the worker, who ends here. So this guy can actually repair the farm. Right, because this is 3 food, this is 3 hammer, so when we settle our new city, we can just adopt those tiles, give that city a great start, right? And then next turn these 2 both start on their roads, finish the city connection. One comes over here, starts the road, while the other one comes up here in preparation of ripping up roads, and then we rip up the roads once that one's down. Good deal. Alright, so we'll have this guy come up here. And we'll have the Great General follow him, because why not? And we don't want to land on that hill, so we'll do it like this. Perfect. Perfect. So let's see. He's stepping. Oh, look, they finished, so we can step here. And we have movement left, so we pillage, because we do that free. And that's so that's some gold. 10 gold. Not much, but there we go. We'll bump back out. Hopefully this guy lives, because it just occurred to me we really do want a worker up here to help with the war effort. And we just delegated them all, so that was a mistake on my part. Luckily, it looks like we'll be able to absorb that mistake. 3 turns until Cocoa. Yeah, so he'll come do the Cocoa. It looks like we got a gap. We'll just pre-build a farm here. We'll count it out next turn. Alright, let's see here. He steps. He's a double tapper, but we gotta actually get in range, so there's just 1 shot this turn. 2, 3. He pillages and sits still. This guy repairs. And now that the city's getting lower, it would be more likely to favor this guy, even if he wasn't this damaged. This guy, I'm going to pillage and step. We can, yeah, pillage and step. And then next turn he can step here, pillage. I don't know how long we're going to be at war here, but we'll move the Great General here just to keep him covered. Although once he moves away from there, that's going to be it as far as covering him. And that's fine. He's probably not going to get shot at anyways. Alright, so we'll just keep eyes. Got to go really wide here because we got this guy over here and this guy over here. So I don't like having it zoomed out that much, but I know most people like it fine. Or I shouldn't say most people, but lots of people. Alright, so it looks like the right target got shot by Lyria. Oh, another worker. Okay, control's back to us, so let's just check over here. We did get shot, the right guy, this guy did get shot. Awesome. Dublin grows. Alright, so we are still slamming out that Caelid Hall. And this is very important, actually, because we're about to plant a city and capture 2 cities. So we really do need these Caelid Halls out now. So we will continue to be full-on production mode. And this is part of the reason why you like having at least 1 developed hill in every one of your Liberty cities so that every new citizen picks up a good chunk of hammers. No longer friends with Kabul, that's culture. Geneva wants Almaty bullied. Well, Almaty's, we really need Almaty, so that's not happening. Losing grasp on Zanzibar, which is happiness, and Bratislava is in all of you. I see Bratislava, and they want protection, so this would be the turn to give it. I had been asked recently why I don't ever pledge to protect, and I do remember a time when I was looking big into it, what are the ups and downs of doing both. At the time, I think it was more of I wasn't very militaristic. And I enjoyed positive diplomatic relations. But this is a really good example of why it pays to wait, because now we can pledge to protect right now, and we get allied status. Unfortunately, it's only 20 reps, so here you can see it just means that we lose them right away. They have wine, and they are near Carthage, which we are kind of looking to tangle with next, right? Going back to purposes for war, not Portugal, Carthage. Their military score, you know, right up there with ours. And we do have reason to suspect it's a good amount of navy, but once we attacked Maria, people are going to start hating on us. In fact, it might end up being the East hates on us and starts landing boats here, or, you know, units here. So we really got to be ready for all that. And since we're getting ready to push in this direction anyways, we have units right here. We might just go after her next. For this reason, I think let's go ahead and give them a gift. Hold on to them for a bit longer. And now we can sell the wine. What I like to call pump and dump. This isn't the best example of pump and dump because we invested $250 into buying less than 30 turns of favor. And here, the best we can hope for is like 5 gold per turn, right? Yeah, so that's 150. So we actually lose 100 gold on the deal. But here, what we gain is more military presence at a time when we might be tangling with Carthage. Okay, that farm's done, so let's take a look here. 8 and 7. 7 and 7. Alright, better. And I think that was it for the workers, right? Yep, and we addressed all our trade deals, so let's keep on moving. Truro finishes with the Kaled Hall, so we no longer need heavy production. Growth in 7, growth in 9. That is unfortunate, but we don't need the heavy production in the city. I suppose what we could do is work this tile. Now it's growth in 6. I do like that idea. We get a little bit of university coverage, and now when we grow we can do that. Because keep in mind, since this is a circus city, this city's target pop with zoo prior to ideology is 12. So, and now we can get on the bank without slamming it out early. The reason we don't want to like slam it out early is because we don't want to be forced into a position where all we can build is like military or like science or gold or whatever. I'm going to inject this guy as far as I can just to help secure tiles around here. Since there is a unit here now, there's a good chance there won't be next turn, but it's always possible they move away and move. Like these two could swap places or something. In perpetuity, that would really be bad. We'd have to go around or something, but here's hoping. Musket Man wants to heal one more turn. We'll have this guy start heading this direction. Not sure where we want him ending up. This guy's coming out here. And we can take this guy who's going to move anyways. Radar. It's looking good, so he comes over to build roads. He comes out over here. Get some visibility there. Alright. Looking good. So he's moving into position. Might as well come to the hinge tile. I call this the hinge tile because we literally can travel in any direction from there. Whereas like this is more west justified. But he gets to here or here, and this is technically the front line. For this reason, we could actually start bugging this guy out too. So let's have him get out of the way for a second. Might wanted to do that last turn, but whatever. Because I just wanted to make sure we had enough presence here that he would know of it. So maybe waiting until this guy was visible would have been a better idea, but it's done now. He's just dancing. He's just chilling. And then we got to figure out what this guy does now. Maybe since he's got eyes here, he can start heading over and being back up to this melee here. And so he would want to come be the backup here that this guy just was. So something like that seems to work fine. Pillage, repair. He's going to step there. Let's step here for visibility. We're going to end up here either way. This gets us just a little bit more eyes. There we go. We can say tap, 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 tap. Nice. So really, we could have taken both of these guys and slammed into the city and captured it, but that would have left them damaged, meaning they have time to heal. Would have needed to take time to heal. And this way, we can get these guys even more experience, and that's mostly what we want right now. Since we can't cover everybody with this great general, let's go ahead and set back on the road. Make him just slightly more versatile in theory. Alright, he's coming over to the Cocoa. So we move here, we pre-build a farm. When it says 2 turns to go, we move here. When it says 1 turn to go, then we grab it, get started. That guy finishes the road, so he lands here. This guy starts the chop, and we'll interrupt to make sure the chop happens after the city is planted. Let's see, Lisbon is not working this tile, but we go here, and now still not working the tile. That sucks. Well, maybe that's because we developed this, because they are working that one. So maybe once we take that for this city, that will change. I hope so, because I would hate to waste a profit like that, you know. These guys are just going to build the roads there. Next turn we'll have city connection here and here. So there's +2 happiness to offset the 4 we're going to get from planting that city. Hey, look at that. We get to keep that worker. And it looks like we get this worker as well. Far out. Okay, so this worker wants to start coming over. Unfortunately, this isn't our road, so this counts as a hill. From here, we should be able to move. A little zoomy. This guy comes up to make left for these guys to step and shoot. And just like we did over in the west, we're going to go ahead and slam into the city to make sure he's weakened enough to be guaranteed to be the lightning rod. Now this is a little bit risky simply because we don't have a worker here to repair yet. Worst case scenario, we could step here, repair. He could step, plunder there, and then we could or pillage, and then go from there. So this guy has 1 movement point left. What we can do is we can pile into here. Okay. And we'll bring this guy here. We want to be able to move into, but also watch this whole corridor. Caravan finishes. This is the one we were going to send over to Copenhagen. Or, excuse me, Penzance. So there's that. And the Great General is covering everybody, so he's fine right where he is. So let's zoom back out. This is pretty much done for, so we're really only watching all over here. Oh my gosh. I don't know how she still has a profit, but that's great. Four charge. Oh, you know what that means? That means we spent the 1 here. We'll still have a great profit to put over here. Wow, okay. Nice. Alright, so he gets double cover. A little too late, but, you know, whatever. Lisbon, we're not going to bombard that, so I'm just going to dismiss the prompt. Cork grows 1. Hey, we have a finished farm to work there, so let's take a look. We're going to grow in 10. 10? Oh, yeah, 10. I think I was looking at that for a second. 10. That seems really long for right now, you know? I didn't realize we were that high pop here already. This is growth in 4, so let's take that hill back. Play into ping pong, you know. Borders of Glasgow grow, finally. I get started on a farm there. Great Artist is alive. We're going to just have him chill. Our natural golden age is coming. I would like to build a great work, but as you can see here, our only art slot has been filled by a great art we captured from Portugal, so not even an option. Alright, another Edinburgh tile. Hill, so we'll get to that once these guys are done here. This tile, road tile is finished, so we finish that one, and we finish that one. So, good deal. Enemy is near. We're just going to capture that, right? I see this guy here. Let's capture it with this guy. Okay. So let's see, we'll bring a worker over here. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wait for these guys. I have an idea. Village there. This will probably be the turn we capture with this guy. So let's make sure we pillage there. And let's see. It doesn't look like we're gonna get 4 shots in. He looks like he's ready to pick up the range promotion. Let's take a shot. We would need 1 more shot. So there we go. That guy will be offered the range promotion next turn. So he shoots there. We do not have enough XP. So I'll have this guy come and repair here, and we'll use his other movement point to plunder, pillage, get 17 gold from that, and now Gaia is ours. We'll view the city. Wow, actually quite a bit there. Happiness building there. Nice. Alright. All the same, we are going to raise this city. The only reason to keep it would be to contain her, to prevent her from being able to expand in this direction, but we want to push down here. So if we meet her, it'll be down here. If she comes over here, so what? That would actually be a more opportune way to address her military than here or here. So that's fine. But since we are raising it, we have the opportunity to sell stuff. So let's sell this one here. And if our happiness allows, we might hold on to it long enough to sell everything. Since we are raising, it's going to ask us for a construction project. Gains marble. That's not actually the case. We do have the copper, so we'll get credit for that. And now this great general is freed. However, everybody he's attached to is kind of chilling. We still have this guy here who will move here, I suppose. Alright. Good deal. Okay, so let us pillage here and then wait. So this worker definitely comes here. And then we take our shots. Looks like this guy's going to be offered double tap next turn. No, this one? I thought I saw one of them fill up. That one, okay. So we will have a double tapper over here next turn. This guy here. Same story, we're just going to get as much XP as we can over there. So the idea I had was, what if we had this worker come in here and have this guy come as a blocker here, not unlike this guy as a blocker here. Because then these guys could actually come over here and use these 2 tiles to fire on Goa. And we could take that from her as well. Well, maybe not, no, because she's kind of acting as a buffer against the Shoshone. And the Shoshone military is actually higher than everybody else, if I... Yeah. And he's got 15 cities, and this looks like it's his most recent one since it's 1. So if we... This acts as a buffer for him to continue to expand through here, whereas if we took this, burn it down, now he can come all the way through here. So perhaps once we're done with Lyria, we're just done. And we do have a pikeman here. So let's see, we have a profit on that tile, so this guy would want to come over this way by that tile, and we'll have this guy get onto the road, so he can actually start heading over here, helping with our push. We're going to be building a settler soon, pushing into here, and so we got to get ready to tangle with Carthage. Alright, so we did our ransacking for this turn, all of our military, so we're going to plant a city. We can see clearly that the happiness is not going to dip into unhappiness. Nevertheless, best practice is get all your warring out of the way first, because if you do go into unhappiness, then, you know, you're going to be taking that military penalty. So, production to focus. We're going to steal that tile. We're also going to claim this tile, and then we're going to work that tile. Since we are in happiness, let's just grow the city as fast as possible. And now we can take a look at Lisbon. They are finally working that holy site. Excellent. We will choose a project of, well, first we want to buy the monument, get the borders growing, although it's not as important here because of this. We already had the 2 really good tiles, so it's not as important here, but nevertheless, we'll start building a shrine, and then we'll finish this chop here. 5 turns to go on a shrine when we're working a pure food tile. It doesn't get any better than that. And here we can go ahead and finish up the camp that we started. Nantes is ready for a construction project. So let's pull out of here and populate the university. There we go. Growth in 34. That's terrible, but the target pop of this city is 10 anyways. So what are you going to do? We already have a granary here, so there's nothing we can do. We do have freshwater tiles available to us, but we would rather have those for Douglas, simply because their target pop is 12 and they were settled later. Still, we need to choose our construction project there. Bank. Caled Hall is finished here, so very similarly we'll pull out of here. It says growth in 2, growth in 3. Let's go ahead and just let it grow, and then we'll get on the bank there. So Caled Halls are coming up, banks are going to be coming up. That's very good all around. Finish a farm there, so we'll growth in 5, growth in 4. Like it. I like it a lot. What else? That's it for the workers. Alright, so we're still transitioning here. He's coming up here. Right? He's acting as visible blocker up there. He comes back to the good point there, and there we go. We are stacked up in there. We'll step with him first, because where we would see, and then we step with him to here. Now we can see that, and now we'll come out here because this guy is going to be taking over visibility. And back here, he can basically cut across here, back this guy up, something like that. And that's good. We'll have a good amount of visibility in our backfield. We have a very strong military in the foreground, especially now that this is being burnt down. We can consolidate. These guys, road finish there, road finish there. So look at that. We picked up a city connection here and here. We don't get credit for either one yet, so that's going to be +2 happiness once we do get credit. Great General's chilling. He is moving over to the cocoa, so we'll just make sure everything's on up and up. Penzance, this one's going to our house. Yep, so we'll get that gold flowing. A little bit of science, right as we're multiplying science. Let's see here. This guy's done here. Penzance grows in 6. So, yeah, he can zoom ahead and do this tile. So I'll have this guy come here, pre-build, interrupt. We'll step here, pre-build, interrupt, step here, finish. He'll move here, finish, and then they'll just meet somewhere, and we can go from there with those two. This guy, 3rd musket man over here, is that necessary? We have 8 total. 2 on the front line over here. Kind of, well, this guy was starting to bug out because we decided against Goa. So 2 over here, 2 over here, 4 pushing. Maybe we bring them north. We're pushing into darkness over here, so lots could happen. We don't know what her military looks like as far as land, water distribution, where she's at, how soon we're going to be engaging. On the other hand, we could have some visibility over here. We've been reserving that for pikemen as of late. But I think all things considered. Alright, 1 turn. We don't know which one we're going to grow to. And if Japan should be stepping here. Let's see here. Oh, okay. We're just chilling. In fact, let's chill here. That way we're in his way of 2. Because we can still zoom along the road and land on either one of those. So let's just do it there. He's healing. So you know what? Since this guy's going north, maybe we have this guy head west. We can revisit that next turn because that fork in the road that's been so handy. He can see the only darkness tile we would have to cover, so there's no reason to dance there. Okay, we are past the half-hour mark, so I am going to end it here. Feeling a bit drained. Lots and lots and lots of decisions. This is what they call the inverted decision pyramid. I recently watched a video about video game tutorials, and they were talking about how Civ is a very good example because turn one you basically have one decision: where do you plant your city? And the next turn, what do you research? What do you build? And then as time goes on, you just have more and more decisions. I love this playstyle, but I gotta admit, mentally it's very exhausting. So that's part of the reason why I continue to adhere to like the half-hour-ish episodes. But I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.